about the decision-making.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by now for Denver.
How about the big-time clutch basket from Jokic? No backup in him, despite the major pressure.
Floats it up for
What? That's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed, what a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat. Count it.
Love that aggressive.
Baldwin. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Now off the inbound. And he commits the intentional foul. Drivers.
Yes, they are. If they come point the door.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the drive.
Porter kicks to Harris.
Situation.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Baldwin kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Turner. Warriors with the rebound. And an intentional foul right there.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line. But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
2 shots. He gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive. Not even as the passes
with a victory, although they need.
It's just all about sheer determination.
For watching the NBA. 2.
Wow.
AI, I've got checks for you.
That's what I'm here for. Thanks.
I too. I'm about that one.
There he is. Come on in. Oh man, how you doing?
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. It's Buffalo taking on Columbus. And so off the tip, it's Columbus. To the left side wing. Got a piece of it.
Remarkable at scoring despite getting hit.
And the basket by Brewer.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are easy.
Gets it to go.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Buffalo shooting their first free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. He's off on the second.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you those a top 2 player in the NBA. But the reality is he's never forgotten where he's come from. His charity work, his commitment to the communities, and just that really kind of cool, Kevin.
And just showing you determined.
Ask the defender.
Here's Kuzma. That three off the mark. Olenek. Gibson with target from possession. Pass to Kuzma. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. No good from Gibson. Here's Brewer. Rebound by Olenek. And Columbus with possession. Buffalo takes it the other way. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Buffalo, they've missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far. And he makes the first. Columbus making. So he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Columbus. And Caldwell Pope gets the. Caldwell got his first. Here's Mills. Pass to. No, that time and the basket is good.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Shoot. Second shot opportunity. And he can't in.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly
that free throw missing. And that trip coming up. Allen, right side. Back to Caldwell Pope. Knock it down. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. 2 shots. And the first one drops.
Yeah, much improved foul shoot. He also started line at a higher rate.
Hey. Stolen by Robinson.
Those high percentage looks from inside.
And that one falls for Brewer. He's off on the second. 3-point range. And that's 10 points for AI. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And a pretty game.
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots. Really attacking.
I think you got to here to attack.
As to Kuzma.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Right side.
To the line.
For Columbus, they've been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. So you can't get either to fall. And the foul on Glenn Robinson.
Yeah, just hitting the...
Them moving forward in this one.
And stolen by AI. And here we go, Columbus, fast break. AI with the ball. And finished off by Collins.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Here's Rollins. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Shot by Collins, no good.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offense. Have to.
And no good. Had a chance to take. And Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. What I like really yes.
3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Money. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 5-point Columbus lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. He does.
Back to Gibson. And that clearly.
Nightly basis, and particularly when he's this close.
Timeout to kind of let him catch.
doesn't get the second one.
The rugged power forward is known for his consistency. You can count on this guy game in and game out.
And the basket good by Mejri. Mejri's got his.
What he's supposed to do in that situation.
And now the first. Good by Waiters. .133 left in the first half. AI outside. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Good ball movement here by Columbus. Shot clock at 5. And out of bounds as Buffalo gains possession.
Whoa there.
Buffalo with the ball. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Mejri. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul.
A fourth would be inexcusable.
A breakaway rim. What's it invented for?
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Yeah, heard the whistle and his focus.
Pass to Robinson. Back to AI. .36 seconds left here in the second. Now, Lamore. Over Durant. Misses off the left iron. Shot from free throw range. Here's Olynyk. Good work there as it
Long frame with a willingness to out. Kelly Olynyk.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Columbus out in front. Up 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Second half of basketball. We may finish bait. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5. Go. Wasted no time on that. Lamar has got the first basket of the third quarter for Columbus.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice.
A stellar job sizing.
With the 3 of his own, but it's no good. He had been trying to manage.
His play had fallen off, though, so quite possible he needed that surgery even before.
Buffalo trails by Collins.
Getting theirs before the defense.
Waiters outside for 3. Durant inside.
Especially when the ball is that deep in.
Free throw good. AI. Time called here. Buffalo decides to talk it over.
To throw it down, make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because this is just being a pest for the defense.
And both free throws good for AI. Buffalo trails by 7. Good ball movement here by Columbus. They grab their own miss. Pass to Yabusele. By 5. Allen left side. Damn.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least just in time to affect it.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're.
Now Mill.
The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary.
Ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost.
Is covering. Nice shot. Yabusele.
And the D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Caldwell. No good off the front iron.
Boy, he has.
Mills to the paint. Here's Olynyk. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for him.
I think excellent touch from the post. In the sense that here.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Buffalo trail. No good on the free throw. And Columbus making a change here. He hits the second from the line. 17 seconds left to play. Here's Snell. And he drops it in from the low post. Snell's got his second basket of the game. And we just finished the play. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And so here's Columbus. It's a 3-point game to the middle.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important.
And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor, it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Got a hand on it. And here we go. Kuzma heading to the hoop. And with Caldwell Pope in his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter.
Yeah, I mean, has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives a lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups. He's on the floor. Instinct on defense and his big as he'll pound you through screens.
Olynyk can't hit.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Let's prove it time. Fourth quarter. Don't get it done now. No more chance.
Kulo lead.
The initial miss was the best thing that could have happened to them. He was in absolutely perfect.
The lack of response from his team.
And I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page with this kind of defense.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Igor Kokoskov address the team. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said, they're beating us up down low. We have to
Oh, my God.
Response.
Buffalo leading 4.
This team needs right now solid scoring chances.
Exactly. This isn't the time to settle for jumpers. If they have a chance to attack the rim, they've got to do it.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here.
Problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
2 shots. No one before run right now. Poke loose. It's deflected. And so the ball is out of bounds. Here is Tolliver. A floater. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
Right. It doesn't happen often. It's kind of a silly mistake. You can make on the defense.
Finished off Robinson.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and turnover leads to the big.
Once he came.
Is converting at the other end.
I missed that time. What a session.
And what a time. It's
about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mike. He is one of the most determined rebounders, guys, we have got in the NBA.
The tireless work ethic, the passion. He's a guy the team relies on for that.
And it's out of bounds. Buffalo able to retain possession here. Waiters for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Waiters got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for Buffalo.
a triple. Automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. .56 seconds left in the fourth. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice to system.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a helping the defensive side. And he's putting the
Mills with it. Off with the separate the game play. Pass to Kuzma. Up again. Yes.
and they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
By Columbus. Target. That's his first personal foul. And the first of two, no good. Heartbreak.
No!
The line for two. And he can't make the second either. This is on to fall. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Now a timeout called by Columbus. There's 10 seconds left in the game. Pass to Allen. And here's Collins. Defended by Measury. And now they foul and stop the clock. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So he comes up empty, missing both.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
A clean three is the only play.
This one, they break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic.
I'm getting pretty good. All right, man. Take it easy. All right, next time.
of us here at 2K TV, we are so excited to share what our entire crew has been working on all summer long. So with that, we want to leave you with a sneak peek at what to expect for next season.
And until then, have fun in the demo, and we'll see you in 2K.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. A good roll continuing right now for the Warriors. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. This is Anthony and David. Special treat for our viewers this evening. The sports guy, Bill Simmons, is with us.
It's half of a special treat as Brent Barry is, but I'm going to do my best.
Brent Barry's pretty good.
He's really good at stuff. Yeah.
He reads you a lot.
Half a treat is better than a whole treat, right? I mean, come on.
Honor to be here.
Well, and David Aldridge is...
We know how good the Warriors are, but we also know that turnovers remain their Achilles heel. Now, Steve Kerr says sometimes the game comes too easy for our guys. They think they can do anything. We just have to keep it simple. The simple leads to the spectacular. And as the simple reporter, I send it back to the spectacular Kevin Harlan.
DA, thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. Bill, since they drafted Steph Curry,
I would veer it a different way. I think it's one of the most important missed picks
of other teams.
Passed them both times.
2 guards, right?
And took 2 point guards. Yeah. Neither of whom was named Stephen Curry. So that was amazing. The pick after him was the New York Knicks. And if he had gone there, you could make a case that, he saves the Knicks. Or you could make the case that maybe he gets hurt wherever he's in Silicon Valley, where he got the right kind of treatment. Strengthened this core and basically took pressure off his ankles, where if he'd come up in the 1980s, maybe he plays 5 years and he's out of the league. And he gets hurt, and we probably know Stephen Curry is the guy who got hot on Davidson for 2 years.
And a bust in the NBA, right?
Yeah, or not a bust, or like a what-if guy. Like, oh, man, it's too bad that guy got hurt. And instead he goes to the Warriors. So,
well said.
Really a great what-if pick. He has so many bad what-ifs, and this was the perfect what-if.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Lonzo Ball out there with Harris, and it's Wagner in at the center position. Lakers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, the WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin Harlan?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check.
Sign
As Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC. Cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
Kuzma passes to Harris. Charity strike shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Harris has got 6.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
Durant, and he banks in the layup.
What a nice touch from KD. There's no spot on the floor where he doesn't feel confident from.
Harris passes to Wagner. Back to Harris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Curry against Ball. Here's Kuzma. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 5 points in the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting basketball.
Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college. So I really hope it happens. Now, listen, the world changes every decade.
I know.
And you got to change with it. And the reality is esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting. And
just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. LeBron outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From down low. That one a little long. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Nuggets. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. Corey Harris picks one up. The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Different look here for the Warriors. Damian Jones is checked in for Miles Turner. Green comes in for Jordan Bell. Evans, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Derek White subbed in for Curry. Free throw good, AI. Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Hart. Here's Wagner. Offensive rebound. Here's Hardy. Good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
In the first quarter, Bill, you watched the...
And the threes are foul shots for last. What Steve Nash was doing last decade, Suns team. Instagram, and we just know this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy.
Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, players, social media, and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now, and I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, some of the Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come 19, 20 years old. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview.
He's
Like he
19
doesn't
years old.
say anything. He knows how to dodge questions.
Ball, and it's Wagner in its center. Okay, well, let's go down to David.
Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA.
The love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started
Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 17?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Collins on that team?
Come on, dude.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime 2016 or something like that. But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second.
Full speed, and when he gets into the lane and towards the rim, he's going to make contact.
And he can't get the first one. Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Durant kicks to Turner. Now, here's AI. Guarded by Harris. Shot clock at 3. The shot from 20 feet away. AI can't hit.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the.
I love it. Anytime, Kevin, tell me.
Thank you. And Brent, always cool. Isn't he? Thinking it from a variety of angles.
The pop stuff, color to the audience's experience.
Ball. There's money. Good, and Curry gets
To be for success.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Man, he's missing those
Here in the second quarter.
The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th at the night.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shot.
Free throw good. AI And both free throws good for AI. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. James against White. Pass to Kuzma. Over Durant.
There's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And that'll do it for the first. Standing by courtside. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And as we get into the third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen Money really game.
Yeah, on the cut, the dribble.
Difficult rotations. He's been tough to contain.
They've got Bell. Curry is out there with Money. Then it's and camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies.
Lend itself to more injuries last year. Themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things is not the same as getting in a training camp. Endurance and get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
Here's Kuzma, and oh boy, steal for the Lakers, who were able to get Kyle Kuzma, who had been drafted 27th overall.
Yeah, Kuzma came into the league far more polished than anyone expected, and you have to credit the young man's hard work and how he's able to make such a big splash that rookie year. And with how hard he works, Kuzma is going to be an impactful player in this league for a long time.
It starts with Steph Curry. Off on the entire organization.
And that blend of joyfulness and competitive spirit, something that Steph Curry and his Curry.
How much they're willing to take the time on a daily basis to do things for others, not just themselves. So you have the Warriors with some key values in place that they don't stray from all that often.
Free throw good, AI. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Los Angeles calls timeout. We've seen Money really having a great game.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
All forwards from the field. Kevin Durant, number one. LeBron James, second.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And when they get to those sweet spots, you can just count it. Each one of them is capable of having that kind of night where it looks like the bucket is about 5 feet wide for them.
Just really unselfish there. Harris, this guy out open.
Turner. Over. Good.
Start.
And he uses the glass on the layup. LeBron's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, not many are finishing better than LeBron James around the rim. Two.
Here, Ball with the rebound. Trail.
Vision there by Ball. Showing.
He's got 5 points now this quarter.
Coaching staff here, they're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
And if you're the guy who has to guard Never.
Rules happen right in the middle of your playing days. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And that game against the Wizards, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
First free throw is good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Wagner, he's checked in for LeBron. And Harris subbed in for Ingram. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Lakers trail by 18. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Harris is out there with ball. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Hart in at the 3 spot. Wagner can't hit. You're shooting 6%. Really offensively. Los Angeles on 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter.
One that wide open. Communication breakdown.
And AI throws it down.
Well, Kate and John.
Hubbard had it. Harris against Bell. Harris kicks to Hart. Lakers passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Here's Wagner. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Here's Curry. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Up top. The middle. Money. Rebound by the Lakers.
Good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire.
Yeah, and then
in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
It's tipped. Wagner passes to Harris. Here's Hart. Out of hand. And over AI. Hart, that's good.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Durant finds Curry. The pass to Money. A strong finish under heavy pressure. Called the Lakers. Game, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball.
These fans got revved up, and that continued to play out over the course of his amazing. Here's Kuzma. To the inside, Harris. Goodbye. Kevin Durant with the slam.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control.
It's not one of them.
Ball, the pass to Wagner. Bell with the block.
At a young age, Bell has proven to be a great shot blocker.
Or he uses that jumping ability to just finish with fire.
The wide open look for Durant. Misses the three.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Warriors.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Steph Curry.
Really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for four.
To the inside. Here's Ball. Carries it down low.
A great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
And so Durant with it. He'll be inside. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yeah, it's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
The Warriors. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that, it was
Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Did you see that?
That's what I'm
Big
talking
game,
about.
man.
I don't know if you guys can see behind me. Can you guys see that? That's really awesome back there. They got it going. Hey guys, how y'all doing? 2K TV back here. How y'all doing? What's up, guys?
The two, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. This is not how the inconsistent effort level. They could really use a win tonight for their confidence. An intriguing matchup tonight. Two smart, experienced ball clubs. Shaq, how do you see this one playing out?
Solid execution on both sides. Each guy playing to his own.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road and going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Hey there, Kevin. Well, we all know that Steve Kerr, the Warriors coach, has a great way with his players. He said they see through all the BS. They've got to know that you're in charge and know what you're talking.
You know what? That humble approach goes a long way, David. Thank you. You know, and early on, you want to win games, of course, but maybe even more important, Chris, establishing your identity for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, early wins and losses, they can be deceiving. If you think about games early, you can be this. Great listener, hard worker. After that, we'll see how many points you score, how many rebounds you get. But you need to come in as a rookie, humble, ready to work, ready to listen, and then usually things will sort themselves out.
Great perspective. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Levens is out there with Valentine. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Wayne Ellington.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The first one at the line is good.
Yeah. When tempers flare, don't be surprised to see him smashing clipboards and letting loose on the sideline.
Ellington hits them both. And playing for the Bulls, Kerr famously got into a fight with a teammate, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he has that competitive spirit, that edge you need to succeed in this game. Great people skills, sure. He's not a pushover.
And Simmons. He's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Money passes to Durant. And the rebound goes to Warriors.
Overwhelming.
Well, think about this. They were extremely versatile in their approach, taking what the defense allowed.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball.
He's an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Lakers.
Floated it up to the precise spot.
Now here's Levens, defended by Bell. From the baseline.
First bucket of the day.
That's all you want. It's a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
Now, New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And here's what when they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Six to shoot. And a wide-open look for Levens. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Trailing here by 8. Coach Kerr always focused on, Chris, what he calls the possession game. Turnovers and offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Kevin, when you think about it, for the Warriors, it's hard to believe, but they love making turnovers. And Coach, he's trying shot still usually went out.
Shooting 2. And he makes the first. And And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick-and-pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Dunn passes to Levens. Down low. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Levens got 7 points.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Down against Curry. Got a piece of it. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Dunn. Now, here's Valentine. Just on the clock. Simmons against Curry. No good from Simmons.
Inside, knows he can get it done from there.
Here's Dunn, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Looking at big men around the NBA, which are the best triple threats? Guys who can shoot, drive, and pass out of that screen.
I think of 2. One being Anthony Davis. The fact that he can get his shot, he's so quick, and he's a good post-up player as well and can face the basket. And then DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know if there's a better big man, a better center than when it comes to him. He can take you out on the three-point line. He can dribble and get a three. He can take you out on the three-point line, set a flare screen, catch and shoot the three. He can get it at the three-point line, drive you to the hole, get an and one, and then...
Turner. And it's Durant. Then it's Curry. And it's
a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Out to the right wing. Ellington finds Simmons. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Lakers was phenomenal. Finished with 20 points. Been so successful coming out of the gate. We'll see if they can continue their early season success tonight.
Them so much stronger as a team. Doesn't have to do it all, but it helps when he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, especially when you know a team's ready for you. He's going to have a lot of eyes on him tonight, so he's going to have to step his game up. The defense is going to be ready for him.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
Take a break. 2 shots. And the first one drops. Jordan Bell, the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, helped lead Oregon to the Final Four. And C-Web, he said he patterned his game after Draymond Green.
Well, there's a lot of similarities to their game. I mean, I'll give you a different name. Ben Wallace, Detroit's 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, and another great role model.
Valentine with it, and it's sent back by here's Curry.
But that often, and that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Fellas, that's just like it's supposed to work. Don't give the D a chance to set up.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Simmons. First in three-point shooting, and then there's his work at the free throw line where he holds the best percentage league-wide.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. And he knocks down the first one.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Pelicans leading by 8. Valentine with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Valentine's shot, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And a deep three from Curry from beyond the arc, and then some. Curry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Back to Simmons. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they keep
from the arc. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Curry.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Valentine kicks to Simmons. Here's Fultz. Good work defensively by Turner.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot.
They grab on miss. Pass to Valentine. Launches it. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. That first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for these guys yet. Just too skilled, too.
Ellington. That one off the back iron and out. Warriors trail by 4. Money passes to Turner. And it goes out of bounds.
Bro.
Have a look at the top shooters among them. Kevin Durant, number 1.
Obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He works very hard to get a lot of high-quality looks in close.
And that's what he does. His touch from outside is great, but the way he attacks the basket, I mean, is what drives his shooting percentage so high.
Down in this one. AI in the post. Ellington defending. Now AI. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. The first basket of the second half, that one for the Warriors. Last season, they were trying to speed up the game. C-Web teams were given fewer.
Second timeouts. All quarters have 2 mandatories. I think it does help speed up. And these are the greatest coaches in the world. They can adjust the game in a way that fans love it, and we're not leaving any time out there on the floor. I think the coaches have made a great adjustment to it. And
Golden State's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 third quarter. Ellington kicks to Dunn. There's the pass to Valentine. Back to Dunn.
mentality of done. Looking to score as often as he can from the painted area.
7-second difference, shot clock. Done outside. Past 11s.
The rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA in a close game like this where every
points with the momentum too.
Evans bounce pass. Here's Turner. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Shots continuing to fall as next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with
their own agenda. Not that time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Turner is out there with Bell, and there's Money. And it's Evans in at the 1 spot. AI left side. Goes up at the stripe. That one wide left.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
Dunn looking over the floor. To the wing on the left. Here's Valentine. Rebounded by Bell. Bell's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here in the 4th quarter. Their defense very.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Levens passes. We're just over a minute and a half now into the. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Here's Durant, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
I'll give you the jump hook, post game, turn around. I mean, and look, that time, he makes a play for me, right?
Bell against Dunn. He hit. And here's Durant. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
The ability.
And the Pelicans lead by 8.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Move.
He kicks to Turner. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to full. Turner covering. Done.
You've come to expect from him.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the push. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances. You're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time.
Special tonight. AI with passes to Valentine. Ellington finds Levens. Curry with the bounce pass. And it's Durant. That's an assist by Curry. Valentine kicks to Simmons.
There's before the defense can set up.
Free throw good, AI.
As confident as
For Ellington, and again, New Orleans has no. Them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold.
Go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line.
What they want out of that trip, now again, he has delivered so many times in that situation.
I clearly.
So they foul intention. He hits the first one, and so he gets them. The Warriors. They're trailing.
Foul.
Lets it go from 11. The shot by Curry, no good. And that's a foul called on Money. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Two shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. This win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they talk.
Watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Yeah, it was a charge. That's what I saw.
Definitely.